See, they're not deterred at all. They're doing fine. They're not worried about it. But then there's me over here who's wondering how the heck we're going to get this done in one day.
Hi friends, I'm Dr. Julia Raz, professional organizer, and today I'm taking you behind the scenes of one of the most intense declutters I've ever done. Over the course of 11 hours, we cleared out a garage that wasn't just full, it was unsafe. We're talking black widow spiders, rodent activity, mold, and so many contaminated items. And to make things even more urgent, the garage was being demolished, so everything had to come out, no exceptions.
The back is the mystery.
It's very possible we're going to find like more of the rat stuff in the very back, just knowing how garages go.
Because we had no rats for at least a year.
I know, but all it takes is like one or two to decide that they're living here.
Yeah, my son left it the garage open for like a few days, and then it just started.
Well, and I see why you're starting over in this space too. It's like, and this is not a like fully insulated garage. It's kind of just a makeshift space overall here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I just want to make sure we're being safe about it. We're going to wear masks once we're in. Hopefully we don't find anything else crazy, but who knows? I love that we see a skeleton back there.
Oh yeah. Stuff back there is pretty easy.
The client is a content creator and influencer. So while a lot was being discarded, we also had to be incredibly intentional about what went into storage for future projects. If you've ever faced an overwhelming space, I hope this video gives you hope, tools, and a little bit of courage to get started. We actually started this project earlier in the week, and when I say we were 5 hours in by the time this footage began, I mean 5 hours of nonstop triage. We were dealing with years of accumulated items, some of which had just been moved from house to house and never actually been unpacked. When we opened up some of the bins, we found rat droppings, mold growth, and even live spiders, including black widows. That immediately shifted our approach. We had to treat this as both an organizing and decluttering project as well as a hazard mitigation job. One of the first things we did was to protect ourselves, wearing gloves, masks, closed-toed shoes, and frequent hand washing. Health and safety always comes first. And if you're working in a space like this at your home, please take those same precautions because contaminated surfaces and air are absolutely no joke. Our first step on day 2 was to finish pulling everything out of the garage. Nothing could stay, and I mean nothing, because of the demolition. So sentimental or content creation related items would need to be relocated to their storage unit. We created quick sort zones. Trash and contaminated items, this was unfortunately a huge pile. Items to donate, items that would go to the storage unit for future use and content creation, and items that needed to be relocated to another part of the home, such as in their house. And we found that this was a lot of sentimental items and books. As an influencer, the client had a lot of items that she actively uses in content creation. Props, seasonal decor, art supplies, you name it. So our goal wasn't just less stuff, it was to preserve the tools of her work while making sure that everything going into storage was clean, safe, and clearly categorized. If this project looks extreme to you, that's because it is. But here's the truth. A lot of people have spaces like this. Life moves fast, things pile up. And this is especially true when you move very often and have kids, as our client does. And when health hazards are involved, it becomes even more emotionally and physically draining to deal with. But I promise it's never too late. You don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to get started and give yourself some grace. And so that's why it can be such a sign of strength to reach out for help when you need it. A task like this can be so daunting, but with the right, non-judgmental help, you can get all of this done. So, as we were pulling everything out, we prepped the area that would eventually be relocated to the storage unit, making sure that everything was clearly sorted and categorized for her. So that way, when the new garage system is built, the system is already in place. We wanted to make this as easy for the client as possible. We also had trash and donations picked up the same day because we want to make sure that there are no items left on our client's to-do list for this space. And it feels fantastic when you get to see all of those years of accumulation being cleared out on one truck. It's honestly one of my favorite parts of the project is getting to see everything cleared away. I don't know if it seems this way to you, but we're actually having so much fun getting to work on this space with our client. We get to learn so many things about our client through all of their possessions, and it truly is like a treasure hunt getting to go through everything. And although so much of this was trash and donations, there were really some gems that we found in this space, and I'm really excited that I'm going to get to share some of those with you later in this video.
Oh, look at this guy.
Is that a whole underneath?
Oh,
There isn't, but I don't think I'd put it on my head even if I could right now. But that would be fun.
If you've heard me talk about garages before, I often describe them as a type of go-between space or a purgatory of items that we don't want to deal with or we just can't make a decision on. And one of the biggest roles that we have here as professional organizers working in this space is making sure that our client, once and for all, makes decisions on these possessions that they've been putting off and knows what to do when things accumulate in the future, which they absolutely will. Imagine for a moment how wonderful it would feel to have a decluttered garage. I bet it would feel freeing and liberating for you. And that's exactly what we're here to do.
While she's gone, we should try to get everything, I don't think there's enough bins, everything into the bins to the best of our ability.
For sure.
And then get this whole area, if we can, over there.
Yeah.
Onto the grass.
Okay.
And I think that that's what will take up most of our time when she's gone.
Yeah.
And then we can assess how many more bins we potentially need, because I would rather...
Did she say there was more coming?
She did say there's more coming.
Okay.
But if there's not enough, I don't want her to leave to get it. I want her here, so I
Yeah.
will get it if we have to get more.
Yeah, I can also run out and get it if you need me
Thank
to.
you. Yeah, but I think
of
she said
course.
there was 10 or 20 more.
That's what I thought I heard 20 earlier.
Yeah, I think she said 20. I think you're right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that that's a good move at this point, is
Okay.
both like trying to get everything into those containers
Right.
and then also getting this whole area onto the grass.
Yeah.
And then I think once we get the stuff in the containers, we can just leave it there lined up.
Yeah. All right. Well, once we get in the containers, we can also put them over there.
That's even better.
Have you ever experienced clutter paralysis? Well, that's something that absolutely was true for this client and so many of the clients that we work with. The sheer quantity of clutter is just too overwhelming for our clients, and they can't even get started. They just are stopped in their tracks. And so, yes, this took us 11 hours, but imagine how overwhelming and daunting that would feel for just one person to do without the help of a professional organizing team. And so that's so much of what we do, is help them get through it.
Today we were going to find these beautiful crowns. How cool is that? In the caboodle too, which is really cool. Why do you have two of them?
One of them is so you do like a preliminary pageant. So you do like, I was like Miss Orange County, Miss LA County,
Yeah.
Miss Southland, and then I only kept one of them, and then I kept my Miss California.
Is this going in your house, or is this going to stay with all the stuff here?
No, I'll keep it in my house.
Okay. I'll put it
This is
aside.
the gems that you find.
Yeah, well, this is why we go through everything. These are her crowns.
Wow.
Another concept I'd like to introduce you to is that of body doubling. Now, body doubling is where you are physically present with another person and you're essentially just being there as a double. So your presence is what's allowing that person to get whatever they need to get done. Whether it happens to be decluttering a garage, paying a bill, making a phone call, you name it. And it can be so helpful when working through clutter. And so if it's not in your budget to work with a professional organizer, one thing that you can do is ask a trusted friend or family member just to sit with you or stand with you as your body double, and you'll be amazed at how much can actually get done. Even as a professional organizer myself, I've had one of the organizers from my team come over to help me, and simply having her there with me, yes, she did some organizing too, but mainly she was just there as a body double, and I found that I got so much done just knowing that I was going to have that time set aside when I would have someone there with me. We found so many interesting items on this job. I believe this was for some Easter decor that the client was going to use for some of her content creation. And back in the garage, I made sure to open up every single box. These were boxes that had been moved for years and never been opened. So today was the day that finally they were all going to be opened. 100% of the boxes were going to be open, broken down, and we were going to deal with each of those items.
I think if it's possible for us before she comes back, I don't know if this is doable. Do we think by the time she comes back, we can have all of those bins over there and done?
Well, if we have the bins. If we have the actual like bins to put things in, maybe.
So for the ones that we can finish though, can we get them over there so it's out of the way?
I mean, yeah, if there's anything that is currently sealed and okay, I can do that now, but like I see one box. But other than that, like all these don't have lids.
I see.
Yeah, that's the problem.
What if after we run out of bins for now, we move that entire operation over there so we can
Okay.
get this out?
Sure.
Just so that we can get the clear garage for her.
While our client was gone at a fitness class, we tried to get as much done as we could. I had it in my mind that I wanted to get 100% or as close to 100% of the items out of the garage before the client got back because I thought it would be so important for her to see an emptied space and also to see how many more decisions that she had to make. I just thought that mentally that would make a huge difference, and so we re-strategized our plan and moved everything over for the storage unit onto the lawn so that I could pull out all of the remaining items.
Just attempt to pick up these ropes. I just want to see how heavy it is. Even just the rope itself is heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, so you like,
What?
exactly.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Wait, even just trying to lift
Don't you need
one
to come a bit forward, like the rope?
forward?
Forward with the rope. Like,
Do you? I thought you're supposed to be far back.
oh.
Yeah, you're supposed to get as far back as possible.
I mean, I can't really do this because there's stuff on top of them, but the rope
Yeah.
itself is so heavy. How do people...
Well,
I'm not going to lie, this was not your average organizing session. This was no small feat, and we were up against real health concerns, a demolition deadline, and a mountain of decisions. But with our team and the right mindset, we were able to help our client take power back over her space and reclaim control over all of the things that she needs for her work. And I'm so, so proud of what we were able to accomplish together. Sometimes when we are in the project, in the midst of it, we get really caught up in the moment-to-moment details. And now that I'm making this video to share with you all, I just am stepping back and I'm thinking about how proud I am of not only our team, but of all of the decisions that our client made, which I know were so, so hard. If you've ever tried to declutter your garage, you know how hard and daunting that can be. And for her to do this in only 2 days with us is absolutely huge. And I feel so much motivation and encouragement for what is possible for our client in the future.
This one is really, really gross. Let's show the camera. You want to see, camera? Let's go check it out. Let's go see what we got here. You go back into this corner. I don't know how well you can see it, but we've not only got spider webs, but rat droppings. It's pretty darn gross back here. Also, I'm just seeing a lot of damage in the walls, like mold in the walls. It's a good thing that this is going to be demolished because you can see there too, all of that mold over there. So glad we're wearing masks today. We're taking a little break right now, which is much needed, like an hour and a half in this project. Always good to take a break, reassess our steps.
We were feeling pretty good at this point because the garage was largely empty. There were only a few different items left, but wow, did we have a lot of decisions to make when the client came back.
Whoa. Unfortunately, the box just broke from underneath me. Well, I guess I can lay down the stuff on top of the box.
As we got deeper into the garage, this is when it got grosser and grosser. It's not that the items were gross, it was that the boxes and all of the walls surrounding us and the floors were really, really contaminated. And so we were trying to be really careful as we pulled everything out. I am wearing my breast pump as I am organizing. I said to myself I would never do that again, but here I am. I just get so hyper-focused on the job sometimes that I can't sit still and stop. And I don't recommend doing that while you attempt to organize, though. Please take a break and pump if you have to do that and then get back to work.
Hold on, camera. We need to see this. You gotta see this, camera. We're going over there. Consider this a bad situation because we've got all this water damage, we've got lots of bugs, lots of mold, still lots of rat droppings too. It's just not good. Not good at all.
If you're working in a space like this that has a lot of bugs, mold, rats, etc., in addition to all of those safety precautions I spoke about earlier, make sure that you're taking your time and working really slowly so that you make sure that everybody who's on this project is working safely.
The problem with this box is that the box is really falling apart, and so I'm worried that we should maybe leave it because it's too... Yeah.
Should we just leave it there?
Let's leave it there.
Okay.
What is that? Is that a keyboard?
This is a keyboard.
Is it heavy?
No, it shouldn't be. I literally have one of these at home. Like, this is not heavy.
We really pulled out absolutely everything we could. The items that were really, really heavy, our clients spouse was going to pull out of the garage later, but everything that was small and light enough for us to carry, we did so. And I'm proud that we were able to do this before our client got back from her workout class. It was really great to have that little deadline for ourselves so that we could really give her that wow factor when she came back. Now, it may not be the wow factor that we're hoping for at the very end, but we did like that we could show her a almost totally emptied garage space when she got back from her class. While Rachel and I wrapped up the garage, Natalie was over in the other part of the yard where we had everything prepared for the storage unit. So she was sorting everything by type, categorically, and a lot of this was holiday decor that was for the client's content creation. And so she was making sure that like holidays were together, because previously some of the items had not actually been sorted properly. This is the point in the day when I really start doubting my ability to finish this job. I do this every single time, where I start giving a pep talk to the team, mainly a pep talk for myself.
Was there a space for dog stuff at one point?
Yes. It's over there.
See, they're not deterred at all. They're doing fine. They're not worried about it. But then there's me over here who's wondering how the heck we're going to get this done in one day. Somehow it always happens. We always finish it, but
We will get this done in one day.
I literally always do this, and I start having to give myself these pep talks of how the heck are we going to get this done. I have to say again how absolutely grateful I am for our client for allowing us to film this project, because that means I get to share it with all of you. And the client was saying just how much she knows that this is relatable to other people, and I want to say the same, that I know that so many of you have cluttered garages like this one, ones that feel insurmountable and you just don't even know where to start. And when our clients allow us to film and share these spaces with all of you, my hope is that in some, even a small way, you feel inspired and motivated to get started, and know that it's okay to reach out and ask for help if you have a task that's too overwhelming for you. So again, just so grateful for her and for allowing us to get to share a little bit of this project with you. And so at this point in the day, you're getting to see her making all of these decisions with us, and you can see that I'm really nearby her while she makes all of these choices, or someone else from the team is as well. And this is going back to what I said earlier about body doubling, about how helpful it can be to have someone physically present with you as you make those decisions, because our client made 100% of the decisions that day. We don't ever toss anything, and I mean anything, without our client's consent. So unless she said all of X type of item can go, we don't toss anything unless she says that's okay. And that's really, really important to my approach to organizing, is that I never know what an item means to any person. And so something that may seem like it's not important or even trash to me, it might have quite a lot of meaning. And so I'm really there for our clients to make sure that they make decisions that are good for them and for their goals. But I'm also always going to respect at the end of the day what they want to do. And with this client in particular, she did have a hard time letting go of certain types of items, but other items she was very, very quick to make decisions on. And here's a look at one of the sentimental items that I found. How cute are those glowworms? As you can see, the client's in about the same age range as myself. Just as I turned my camera away, I heard a scream from the garage, so I had to go over there. So I've heard that there's a rat. We had a screaming just happening a second ago. Let's go investigate. Because I'm not generally scared of anything in garages. But you know, you probably shouldn't be in here because you don't have shoes on.
There's mold and stuff.
Yeah, you don't need to be.
Our client's 2 children came to help with the project and do decluttering as well. And I always say, whenever you can involve your kids, it's truly wonderful because you're teaching them lifelong skills. Now, unfortunately, toward the very end of the project, this is when we became face to face with the black widow spider. And there you see me keeping a very safe distance, just zooming in with the camera because I ain't getting close to that thing. That thing was scary. 12:20 p.m. This is where we're at right now. The garage is basically empty.
Yeah.
We're just looking through our final boxes. It's so hard when items get too contaminated to keep, but it's truly a learning experience for our clients about how to properly store items and keep them in the future. 12:49, almost 1 p.m. We've gone through everything we could go through. Now, all that's left to do is everything that has to go to the storage unit needs to be put into the remaining bins. We're gonna see how quickly we can get that done. If you're facing a space that feels impossible, remember, even the most extreme clutter can be cleared with time, a plan, and support. If this inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what space are you ready to tackle? Until next time, be kind to yourself and don't be afraid to reach out for help when you most need it.